you can build a happy family. You can make life more beautiful for the people around you in your own house. So, dear friends, I'm really excited to meet these three people who are together, bonding with one another and building beautiful bonds called as family bonds. So I'm stuck up for words. I'm short for words because I love to see people join together, especially siblings, because we've had very bitter experiences where siblings are very selfish and dominating in certain ways. But today, when we have the siblings right in front of us who are going to share the journey with us, it's going to be really special. So let's focus not only on the bonding between them, but also on their professional career. What are they doing for the society and how they are empowering other women around them to be strong and to be, keeping your head held high with dignity, your heads on your shoulders. So let's welcome our celebrity guest today. Let me put that right. Let's welcome our celebrities who are here with us. None other than Arti ma'am, Kavita ma'am, and Ananyaa. So first, we'd like to say hello to them and then begin the journey. Hello, Arti ma'am. Hello, Kavita ma'am. And hello, Ananyaa as well. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having us here.
Thank you so much for being kind enough to oblige and to attend the session together. This is the first time for the past 1.5 years. This is the first time 3 guests on my show at the same time. And that's a honor for me. It's a privilege and it's a good feeling. That's really nice. I go ahead and share your profiles and we begin the session. So dear friends, I'll share the profiles of all the celebrity guests, and today it is the time to celebrate the life journey of these 3 special women who are in front of me. The whole month of March, I would love to celebrate it as Women's Day. In fact, every single day is Women's Day. And of course, men's as well. It belongs to all of us every single day. Let's make the most of every single day, which is a gift to each one of us. So I go ahead now and share the profile of Arti ma'am. Arti ma'am is a unique personality. She is Ananyaa Misra. She is a woman of few words, filled with lots of patience and perseverance. She has completed a post-graduation in English and she loves teaching. She's been in the teaching field for more than 3 decades and she's going strong. And she's been associated with City Montessori School for almost 17 years, if I'm not mistaken. This special school holds the Guinness World Record as the biggest school with more than 60,000 students. So that's really unique. We'd love to know more about this school. That's really nice. Arti ma'am is a person who focuses on principles, having a strong liking for sincerity, honesty, justice, peace. That's really nice. She hates people who are hypocrites. That's good. Each one of us should keep away from hypocrites. And she also is against gender bias. This is really something that's going to make the session very special. We are going to talk on these topics. She's very proud to have lived her life as a single woman, and hats off to her for that bravery and courage. Many of us should learn how we could live strong and shine in the world being single. Nevertheless, her family has stood by her. There are beautiful bonds in the family. They have supported one another through thick and thin. So she has the support of her family who is devoted to making one another feel special at home. So when you make your parents or your siblings make them feel special at home, that's really great. So Arti ma'am, you have a wonderful profile. I really like that. And I learn a lot from you today, how to be connected to the family, how to be strong, and not to give up in the face of any difficulties. Welcome to the session, ma'am. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone.
Thanks, dear. Thank you very much. I go ahead now and share Kavita ma'am's profile. And then we come to Ananyaa. Kavita ma'am is a teacher as well. She also loves teaching. Apart from that, she's a great writer. She's a translator, proofreader, a motivational speaker, and a philanthropist. As a teacher, she has varied experiences of more than 20 years. When I say varied experience, she's been teaching students of different age groups, right from the lower classes to the senior secondary students. That means let me put it right, like from primary, junior, and senior classes, and connect with different boards, the state board, the central board, and all of those. She's into that. That's really nice. Presently, she's teaching English to graduates appearing for UPSC exams, law, and other exams. That's really great. As a writer, she is in the process of compiling a book of her own writings, where she writes about issues like gender bias, prejudices, parent-child relationship, single parenting, gratitude, positive thinking, and much, much more. As a speaker and a social worker, she's often invited as a special guest or a judge at many open mic programs and as well as events. She has won many accolades as a writer and social activist. Like, to mention a few, the best writer, best co-author, Hind Shiromani, Nari Shakti, and Aparajita Samman. So that's great. Hello, Kavita ma'am, and thank you for being here once more on the International Fab Talks.
Hello, that's always nice to be back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. Thank you for gracing the platform. Thank you so much. And now it is our darling Ananyaa, a perfect blend of modernity and tradition. She's here with us. Ananyaa is a student, a lyricist, an entrepreneur, and a socially aware citizen. As a student, she has always been diligent and hardworking. She's always been very good with regard to her studies. And she scored around about 92% and 96% respectively in class 10 and 12. She's, a topper. That's really nice to be at the top cream level. That's wonderful. She is persistent in pursuing her further studies, and hence she is presently pursuing BA from a reputed college. As a lyricist, she has penned many songs, two of which have been released on her YouTube channel as music videos directed by herself. So she's a person who has a lot of interest in different kinds of activities, and at a young age becoming an entrepreneur. That is great. So let's talk about her entrepreneurial journey. We are connected with Ananyaa. As an entrepreneur, she has started a venture of handmade jewelry and other handicrafts by the name of Pankudi Creations. Ananyaa is associated with JYEP, Junior Youth Empowerment Program at CMS, and wherein she imparts moral and social values to the younger students and participates in various social projects. Now, dear friends, what are we going to derive from these three strong women here? Many of us in our lives might have been treated in the wrong way by our very own family members. But here I see a lot of strength, courage, and love, pure love for one another. We'll begin the journey and get to know how they are bonded with one another and how they are serving the society as well, and how they are making their lives more valuable and meaningful in this present generation. Arti ma'am, the first question I'd love to pose to you, because you being the main guest over here today, I've already met Kavita ma'am and Ananyaa ma'am. So today I would love you to start the journey on the International Fab Talks with me. How would you like to describe yourself? I've shared something from my end, but I'd love to hear Arti ma'am speak. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Well, if I have to describe myself, I would say I am someone who likes to live in my space. I don't like people entering my space. I like to live on my own terms, as you can say. And though I'm very patient, but there are some things with which I don't I don't want to adjust, as was mentioned in my profile. So there I do draw a line, and I like people, if like I sincerely believe in that, if you're doing something, put your heart and soul into it, do it with full sincerity. These things are outdated, but I feel there are some morals, some principles which never become outdated, and to lead a good life you need to abide by them and follow them as much as possible in your life. So that's what I firmly believe in.
Well explained, ma'am. That's really nice. And I really adore you and respect you for your thoughts and views. And I like the way you put that. I am me. Like, I wouldn't want to be something else. I love the way I am. I
Yes.
accept the way I am. And I'm not adjustable with everything around me. I'm adjustable only to the things that I believe in. That is
Yes.
peace, truth, justice, honesty. You have a way of living, as you said, that you're connected with traditional values being taught by your parents. That's really nice. Like many of the people, as they grow older, they forget the values that they have learned from their parents. But that's really nice. You're continuing the beautiful journey and empowering others, especially as a teacher. You really come across as a wonderful person. You've spent more than 30 years in the educational sector.
Yes.
So many of us, when we feel like, oh, we've done 3 decades of hard work, now it's time to relax. So haven't you been thinking of relaxing anytime, ma'am?
No, not now, and not when I officially retire. After that, also, I would like to continue in the same field, maybe in some other aspects I will take care of. But I would like to continue because this is something that I love. This is me. My profession is a part of me, and I would never like to let it go. So even after I officially retire, I plan to carry on with this, because staying in touch with children and passing on whatever I have learned in life, not in terms of only education, but also the morals, principles that I have learned over the years. And I feel that they have allowed me to lead a good life, you can say. So I would like to pass that on to the next generation and many more generations. So as long as I can, I would like to carry on with it. So I don't plan, because I don't take it as a profession which after some time I will let go and I will relax, because I love doing that, because it's not only teaching, it's staying in connect with the generations, coming generations, and passing on my values, my knowledge to them. So yes, I would like to continue as long as I can.
That's lovely answer. Well answered, ma'am. And you speak so well in English. You're an English teacher. You speak so well. You have a good accent, a good command over English. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, dear, for sharing that journey with us. Now, I'd like Kavita ma'am to share something about yourself. Kavita ma'am, as of today, would you like to share something about the book that you're compiling? Can you share something about that? It's
Yes.
entirely about your own writings, right? You're putting it all together. So can you share something about it?
Actually, I was initially planning to write a long story in the form of a novel, but that was taking a lot of time. Plus, I just wanted to compile all of the matter, all the content I've written so far, which was very not very well spread, but at different places. Like something is in the laptop and something is written by hand. So I just wanted to have everything at one place and people to read all that I have written so far, so that once that is done, I can start afresh and I can start with a story or novel or something. So my first book will be a compilation of whatever I have written till date. So that will give people an insight to what all I am writing, because I've been writing different things: Hindi, English, prose, poetry, everything. So I'll just compile it once and then start afresh with something new, like a long story, a novel, or something.
That's really great. I mean, you also are a teacher. Now, if I would ask you this question, do you love teaching more or writing?
That's a very tough question, choosing between two children of mine. Uh, as Arti said, like teaching is not only teaching for us, because in this world, as you said, it is full of hypocrisy and full of jealousies and so many negative things. So as far as possible, we should instill positivity in the next generation and try to make this world a better place. Like everyone has some good things, some bad things in them. So if the good things are getting transferred to the next generation, I think it's better. Plus, writing is my own thing. Like when I'm not doing anything, I'm writing, I'm thinking. So just to avoid thinking becoming overthinking, it's better I write it down before it becomes overthinking and starts affecting my mental health. Because for me, writing is a vent out kind of thing. It's a
Oh, write it
catharsis,
down.
like I can
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Like it makes me feel better when I write it out. Something when it is pent up and I'm not able to express it in words, in spoken words, I can always speak to my diary. You can say that's the
For
safest place.
sharing that tip. Thank you for sharing that tip. You see, many of them should learn this from you. If you are an overthinker, you have too many thoughts in your mind, it's good to pen it down. It's good to write down and release all of that. And then again, you can become a great writer. I really am going to take this from you.
Thank you.
That's the secret I was waiting for, because even I'm an overthinker. I think a lot, and it will affect our mental health. It will affect us in, if you think of all the negatives, or if you think too much about the future, then I think penning it down would really be wonderful. I'm going to start that. That's really nice. Thank you so much, Kavita ma'am, for sharing that. Ananya, you are a blend of both tradition and modernity. I'd like to talk about your entrepreneurial journey. Did you need to take permission from your mom and your aunt when you started this entrepreneurial journey? And if yes, did you get the nod immediately, or did they caution you?
It's not about like taking permission. Whatever I do, I first have a discussion, and it's more about taking their perspective. So obviously, they did not say yes in the first call, just do it. But they told me that if you're able to manage time, if you're able to continue it, and why do you want to start it, and what is your aim in the longer term? What do you want? How do you want to see your business after a few years? So yes, they asked some questions, and which prepared me also how like before starting my business. So yes, once they were convinced with the answers, it was a yes, and then we started it.
Thanks, Ananya. You answered that so well, and you've given a lot of information, like as to how permission needs to be taken, but at the same time, you were on your own. You had your own thought. You had your own thinking process, and of course, your family helped you and connected with you at the right time. Now, what I'd like to just bring to your notice to all the three of you, you see, women don't agree easily. They don't. There's a lot of miscommunication, or maybe a lot of sometimes jealousy, hatred within the family itself. There's some type of ill will going on between the family members. You all three of you are together in the family. How do you all adjust the indifferences that may occur between you? Sometimes there may be some indifference or in your choices of food or dressing or connecting with people. So how do you all balance the indifferences? I give this chance to Arti ma'am. Like, I think you're the eldest among all. If you could answer that for us.
Well, I can first of all say that we have a very democratic setup, you can say, in the family. There is not earlier also when our parents when we were living with our parents, they were with us. So we have seen this since then. Our parents never forced us into anything. It was not that this is the stream that you must take, or this is what we want you to do, so you must do it. It was always like Ananya just pointed out. If she feels this way, that's very good, because this is what we have learned from our parents. When I had to do something in life, when I had to make my choices in life, what career to opt for, which college to go for, it was always a discussion which we had with our parents. So it was like we put our points first and they put their points. And so it was always a mutual kind of an understanding we always went into. It was never a kind of a dictatorship, kind of that because we are elder, you have to follow what we are saying. So our point of view, our likings were always taken into consideration by our parents. So that is what we are continuing with now. Just because we feel that something is wrong or we have not done it in our life, so our daughter should also not do it, or because we feel that this is right, you should do it, we never follow that. So it's always a discussion, kind of whatever be the uh, point of discussion, or whatever we want to a conclusion that we want to reach. So it's always a discussion, kind of, and then we do whatever is best for that particular person at that particular time. So this is the kind of again a family tradition that we have been carrying on, and that avoids a lot of as you said, an ill will or something, because when you are forced to do something against your will, you will never be happy doing it. So what we feel is that if like a child is happy doing something, she will put her heart and soul into it, and ultimately she will succeed. Otherwise, she may succeed in earning money perhaps, but she'll never be happy. And if she's not happy, how can we be happy? So that's the basic thing that we follow.
And just
Yes.
to add on to it, like we have always been giving reasons. Like it's not that do it or don't do it. She will also ask you why should I not do it, or if you are telling me to do it, why? So we always give reasons. It's not that ki you have to do it, you don't have to do it. We just tell her that we did this thing in our age, and it was easy for us because of these things. It was difficult for us because of these things. So now you have to see where's the difference in your generation. Like certain things we could do easily because we didn't have mobile or other gadgets to distract us. There are certain things which we could not do because we did not have that technology. So sometimes she's in a better situation because of that, and sometimes she's in a worse situation because of that. So we tell her everything very plainly. This is the difference. Now you have to see and judge yourself whether you can do it. So we have just thrown her into the sea. She'll learn to swim, and we are there to save her from drowning. That's it.
That is one thing I would like to add here, that I would like people to give their children a free hand to explore the world, and then find out what they are good at, what they want to do, and just give an assurance to the child that if anything happens, we are there. You can come back to us, you can start from the beginning again, and we are there to support you. Nothing, the world will not collapse if you fail in doing something. We can always do something else or try it in another way, and we are there to support you. That mental health or support, if it is there, that is what make the child maybe like put in even more effort to succeed and ultimately succeed. And if she doesn't, God forbid, then we are there to help her, support her in whatever way we can.
Ananyaa, how would you like to share your thoughts? I mean, like you see, Ananyaa, your mom just said now, like throw her into the sea. And if she's ever going to be drowned, we are always there to, avoid that. We'll always pull her up and we'll save her. And, as your aunt also just shared now, that we are always there and we assure the child that we are there with you. Go ahead with your dreams. We'll not put any, hurdles to you, your dreams. We'll give you wings to fly. So how would you like to share this? And what is your take on this? And are you grateful to have such people around you?
I'm very grateful because I have seen my friends not being able to continue their passion or find out even their interest. Like they are just told one path to follow and they are just doing it. But whereas I have got the freedom and I'm indulged into everything. Like since childhood, I have tried everything, be it cooking, be it playing an instrument, be it handicrafts or anything, be it writing. So I have tried different aspects. I understood what I can take as a passion. So I'm doing it right now, and I have got a age limit, you can say, till the age of 25. I can do anything. I can experiment with my life and with my interests. And after I turn 25, I just have to give them that yes, this is what I'm doing, and this is what will be my stable income, you can say, so that my future is secure. So I just have to give an answer when I turn 25. Till then, I have got the freedom to try out different things. That's how it's helping me to even like try out things I've never done before and also find out what interests me more.
Excellent. I really
Because
like
being
this.
from a normal middle class family, we have not inherited a vast wealth, or you can say any property or anything like that. We don't have a legacy to follow or any business, family business to join in. So we are self-made. She has to be self-made. So there has to be an age limit, because life is not easy and you can't keep on experimenting also. But these days, children have so many options. Like at our time, it was doctor, engineer, MBA, MC, or teacher. Like hardly 4 or 5 choices. And for girls, it was mostly 90% teachership was the first option, teaching. So we want her to explore whatever is available in her generation. If she has that advantage of having so many options, then why not? But at the age of 25, she should be able to tell us that this is my main source of income. This is something I'm following only as a passion. Like she should be clear with her thoughts, and we should be able to say yes, she is financially secure, because we are not able to give something ready made to her. She has to build her life financially on her own. So at least there has to be an age limit.
Excellent. That's wonderful. I think every parent should learn this to, give their children a certain amount of time to pick themselves up, to experiment, and then again to be responsible for themselves towards the end. That's really nice. Arti ma'am, would you like to share something about your school? Your school has, is connected with the Guinness World Record. What is this all about? If you'd love to share something about your school, you're most welcome.
We have the largest, like we have the record of having the largest number of branches in one city, and the of course the number of students. Of course, it's a world record that way also. And plus, I like the mission and the vision of the founders of the school, which we teachers then carry forward, which is in terms of making teach children who maybe they think about the whole world. Like Vasudev Kutumbakam is something that we firmly believe in our school, and we use a greeting in our school that's Jai Jagat. Instead of good morning, good afternoon, we use that greeting. So we prepare children to think on global terms and deal with issues which are for the whole world, taking the whole world as our, of course, our country is first preference, but we consider the whole world as our own. And so we need to do something which is for the better of the whole world. And that's what I like about my school. And As I said, I've been teaching here for so many years and I'm enjoying teaching. And that is why there is never any thought of leaving or relaxing, because I enjoy my work, what I do daily. So I plan to continue as long as I can.
That's great.
I
Arti
would
ma'am, yes, yes.
Ananyaa wants to add something.
Here
Yes,
I
please.
would like to add something as a student. Like first connection to CMS was as a teacher's what you can say, and I have learned through that. And then when I became a student, it was very easy for me to have my principles sorted, or you can say follow a guideline as to how to live life, how to think about others, because there was never a contradiction between thoughts. What education I was getting at home, what education I was getting at school, and then when I joined JYP, everything taught me the same thing, that think about others, and everybody is your family. You know how you should know how to serve others. So it was always uh, like my thought had the same direction, you can say. So that's how CMS has helped me shape my own personality as well.
That's great. That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing, Ananya. Thank you so much for adding value to that. Arti ma'am, you're a single woman and it's not easy. I would like you to share that journey if you're comfortable.
There's nothing as being uncomfortable about it because I have chosen it. It's not that something that has been inflicted upon me or someone has forced me to do it. It was entirely my choice. It's very hard to pinpoint as to at what point in my life I decided to be single or not get married. But it was my choice. It was nothing ever that it is not materializing or something someone has forced me into it. So I have always enjoyed this kind of life. There's nothing that I regret about it. There is no regret at all. I feel I'm like self sufficient and self dependent, and I can take my own decisions. And then, like, I don't miss a family because I've always had a family. It's not that I'm living on an island alone. So the kind of love and bond that anyone needs from a family. So it's okay, I'm not getting from a husband and children that kind of family, but family in the sense that I had my parents, then I had my elder sister, whom we lost about 4 years ago, and then Kavita has always been by my side, and now my little support. So this is the family that I have. Sometimes do people do get confused when I say my daughter, and then they know that I'm not married, so they do get confused, and I love that confusion, creating that confusion. And then they find out, and then they, because I never said that she's like my daughter. She's my daughter. So that's the family that I have. I had two sisters, now I have one sister, I have a daughter, and I do have a family. So I never feel that I'm alone. So I don't miss that family kind of, if you say. And yes, I'm happy this way because this is the way I chose to live. So no regrets.
Excellent.
And here I
Excellent.
would like to add, like, since the time when Ananya was not born, like she was, like when I was pregnant, both my sisters have played the role of my husband in terms of supporting me, like taking me to the doctor, like from basic things to taking me to the doctor, to the most emotional things like keeping her name, what will she be called, and her dresses and how will she dress up and how to raise her. Like Ananya said, there was no contradiction of thoughts anywhere. Like all three of us were always on the same page as to raise her. ये नहीं कि कोई कह रहा है strict होना है, someone is saying we should be sick, someone is saying she should eat this. Like we never decided about she being non-vegetarian or vegetarian. We always had this clear in our mind that we will give her a choice. If she wants to eat, she will eat. If she doesn't want to, she won't. Like ours is not a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian family. We eat or don't eat non-vegetarian as and when we feel like. So the same thing is for her. So my both my sisters have been my partners. So I never call myself a single mother. I was never single. Like, not at any point of time I thought that I'm single as a mother, because I had two mothers with me. And you can also say they were like fathers, because what is the role of a father? He was bringing something from the market, taking her on a drive. While father's coming from the office, they bring something for the child. So she used to call up Badi Masi, my eldest sister. When you come back, please bring this for me. So she used to do all that, get all that pampering and get all those, all her small desires fulfilled from her and from her. And she has been her nani, masi, and mother, everything. So when I say she is my mother, so she is the grandmother of my daughter. When I say she is like my partner, my husband, so she's the father of my daughter. So she has played all the roles. So my daughter also doesn't feel like her family is not there or her paternal family is not there. So she gets everything. And for a few years, my father was also there. And like I mentioned in my solo interview, also she had prepared a card for my father saying that grandfather is also having father in it. So that was the concept she had from the beginning. Like, any male member who is taking care of you is your father. Doesn't have to be a biological father only. So my sisters told me, since she didn't have a very pleasant childhood, she was under trauma. So when I came back from my in-laws family, these both of them told me, "Ki you just stay with her, you just give her quality time, and we are earning. So we'll take care of the financial part. You take care of the emotional part." The child. So that is how three of us together have brought her up. So I never think of myself as a single mother. I always say single mother is an oxymoron, because when you are mother, you cannot be not even only mother. As a parent, you can never be single, because you are always thinking about the child before you. So that is how we've been together. Sometimes we feel like we are three generations, she and her mother, and then my mother. Sometimes we feel all three of us are siblings. We are on the same page and we are enjoying or playing something, so that we just become like sisters. So it's just like we don't have any clear cut demarcations who is what. We are everything for each other. That is how it is.
Excellent, excellent. I really love the way you said this. We are somewhat like siblings too. We enjoy the good times, have fun.
And
That's
she
really
calls me
good.
like my mother also.
How sweet.
She also has.
Ananya, what do you have to say about it? Between two strong women, you're sitting, you're the third strong woman. So what do you have to say about all of this from what you've heard just now from both of them?
They both pretty much covered everything. I'll just add that it's it's very good to have people, whether it's your mother or mother, father, or all the three mothers, who are like one unit, you can say. It's not like that there has never been any contradiction, as I said, in their thought, and that was very helpful. Also, I know that whatever sorry, I'm not getting words.
Yeah.
You tell me.
You're stuck for words, right? I mean, you're in a very happy space. So
She's
that's
not used to praising us publicly, actually.
Mhm.
Then the sister thing, sibling thing comes up, na? Ki we are not used to praising each other that openly.
Mhm.
I can just say that they've always told me that whenever you are with whoever you are comfortable on a certain topic, you can share things. And it has always been like, if I've told one person, it's enough. So I have shared different kinds of different aspects of my life with different uh, people, like different mothers, you can say. I go for fashion advice to my choti masi. I go for like friendship advice and like that for to my mama, and my buddy Masi was always like a best friend for me, like to share everything fun and everything like that. So I have been uh, brought up like that they are one also, but with their given their different interests, I have an option to share everything with a different person as well.
You have to tell only one person, because sometimes once this happened, she was trying to plan a Mother's Day surprise for all three of us.
Mhm.
And she was trying to cook something or something like that. So we thought she might be in danger, like fire cooking or something. So we said, whenever you plan a surprise, it will remain a surprise if it is for two of us. Like three में से two will be majority. Like as a kid, we told her this thing कि अगर दो के लिए भी surprise है, तो that is a surprise. So you have to tell it either of us.
How do you all gel with each other if there is any indifference? How do you all overcome the, if there is any friction, like how do you all manage to? make it more peaceful and calm? Who's the one who makes up first, like something like that?
Frankly speaking, I really don't understand as to how this can happen. As you're saying, the sibling, the rivalry, and
Not
jealousy.
relatable.
These are emotions which, in a sibling relationship or in a family, I can't imagine how people can even think on those lines, because that has never come between us. And again, it would be maybe because of, I would again say, the traditional values that our parents have passed down to us, the way they have brought us up. So it's never a thought that we can leave a person in a problem if she's facing a problem, or if I'm facing a problem, she'll leave me. And because of our situation, like she got married and then came back, I never left the house, so we have been together for probably a little more time than normally siblings spend with each other. So we know each other in and out, everything, and we sometimes we don't even need to speak, and we can understand each other. So if I'm like just the way I'm speaking at some time, or if I'm sitting quietly, she'll understand what I'm going through, what must have happened. So the same I can say for her. And I would like to include in this our elder sister also, because she also took care of us. Like, she was 9 years older to me and 13 years older to her, so she always was like a second mother to us, and more to me because she was more close to our mother, being the youngest. So I was taken care of by my elder sister more. So we have always seen how a sister, like, she can be, you can term her as a role model perhaps for both of us. So we have seen how a sister should be, how she should take care of the family, of everyone in the family, including the siblings. So that is how we have always lived, and for us this is perfectly normal. The other thing what you are saying is a completely abnormal, alien kind of an emotion for us, that you can be
Not
jealous of
relatable.
a sibling, you can try to harm that sibling, take the property away. Like, what will I do with the property if like, I can't understand, if I take this whole house and I live alone in this house and I throw my sister out, how will I be happy with it? How can I be happy with that?
Seems like
Someone with whom you have spent your childhood, you have played with her, you have wept with her. Like, we have been together when we lost our parents, when we lost our sister. We have been together. We have shared that together. So when you have shared your joys and sorrows with someone, then how can you be selfish with that person and think about yourself first and not about that person? And worse still, you try to harm that person in any way, physically or emotionally. And I feel emotional hurt is worse than physical hurt. You can overcome that. Emotionally, mentally someone has hurt you, it's very difficult. And when it's your own sibling, it's even worse. Drastically wrong, which needs to be put in place, because this should not be there. A person with whom you share your life, your joys and sorrows, and you share your parents, then you can't be like, harming that person or be jealous of that person. If my sister is recognized anywhere, she gets an award anywhere, or if I am praised at my school, or if some family member praises me for some reason, then, like, she should be, and she is happy, I am happy for her. So this second kind of emotion that is there, it is very hard for us to even
relate.
comprehend, to relate to it, very difficult for us.
And one thing I would like to add here, God has very cleverly designed us with certain differences. Because if our Didi, like eldest sister, used to drive a car or scooter, both of us were not driving any vehicle. So we were dependent on her. If we have to go somewhere, she'll take us in her car. She doesn't like to go out that much. Like, our maid was surprised today ki how, like, you are dressed in a formal thing. Like, she is casual with her casual dress at home. Behind the bar, she is very comfortable cooking in the kitchen. Like whenever our parents were ill, they in the hospital, she was not very comfortable going to the hospital, seeing our parents like that. Like it's not that we have a choice, but then we were on the forefront dealing with the medical thing, and she was taking care of the kitchen and sending the required lunch and everything. She will take care of the home. She's more homely kind, and we are more outgoing. Like myself and my eldest sister were the ones who enjoyed the social world, socializing. So she doesn't like that social recognition. She doesn't want to be in the limelight. So it's not like jealousy is not possible because she doesn't want something which I want. I want different things. She wants different things. So,
And I think that is what family is all about. You don't have all 4 5 people having the same kind of physical and mental makeup in a family, and liking those differences, adjusting with those differences is something what family is all about. Even with the three of us, it's not always this kind of a scenario that we are always very like
we fight.
no, we do
We
have
have
our
our
own
sibling
shares
fights.
of fights and all, but
But
the charm of that is that you fight for 5 minutes like with with all your heart, and then 5 minutes later I'm into like, okay, have water, don't your strain on your throat, have some
when
water.
one of us gets
And
hyper,
that-
the other one is cooling down, and she is the
and-
biggest pacemaker in
and
the
then
family.
She has also learned that now if we two are having a little tiff for that, have some water, have some peace.
धीरे बोलो,
So-
speak slowly, speak softly. मुझे कहेगी, how are you speaking to her? She will tell her, don't
And
tell
then
her.
5 minutes later we forget
So-
what has happened. So it's all done, because when you're in a family you're bound to have some differences. You can't always be on the same page.
As I told you, we
So-
three are siblings. Two of us are
Yeah.
fighting, and the third one takes the role of the bigger sister and keep quiet, keep quiet.
And I have been doing that
Yes.
since ages. I was the peacemaker between my elder sister and my father. If they had some problem, then between her and my father. So I have always been doing this like peace angel with the dove in my hand. I have always been. I
There's
am
one
used
more
to it
difference.
now.
I speak more, she speaks less.
Yeah.
So I'll end up in trouble due to my speaking, and then she has to make amends. So that is how our differences have solved everything, because something I do, she doesn't do. So she knows the ill thing of the ill part of that.
Because that is what you accept with your sibling. Now, perhaps if we had been colleagues, maybe we wouldn't have gelled that well because we are different. So maybe in a workspace, if I had met her as a colleague, maybe we would not have been part of that inner circle that we formed there, a close group. But because we have grown up and we know each other so well, so there is no reason of being angry with her for doing something. I know this is the way she is, this is the way she behave, and same goes for me. If I behave in a certain way, if she's all ready to go somewhere and I say no, so she knows that this is the way I am. So there's no need of forcing me. So of course, we learn to accept our differences, live with them as we grow, and then thinking of on some other lines is completely out of the question. So basically it is to accept the differences, and
She
be
doesn't
happy.
force me to stay at home. I don't force her to go out of home. So that's how. And she has a choice. She has to stay at home with her. She has to go out with me or go out herself. So she has
Basically,
also
I believe in live and let live.
Wow.
I want to live this way, you want to live that way, and as long as it's not harming you physically, and I do check her, don't say this, don't go there. When I feel that something will harm her, she's speaking to a person, or I feel that that person is not good, eventually she will end up hurting herself. So I do tell her, but still if she says she wants to know, she says no, it's fine. So then I take a back seat. Okay, you go ahead, do what you want to. So I'm not very like this kind of person, you have to do this because I'm telling you. And the same because when she tells me, see, this is what I feel, and then it's up to me what I want to do. And that is what we try to pass on to her, that see, this is what we feel, now you decide for yours.
And
And I must say she has a very good sense of
वही
people.
मैं कहने लगी थी, she's a better judge of
Our
persons.
daughter is a very good judge of people.
Taking-
So many times we don't have to tell her. She herself has an instinct that this person is not good after 1 or 2 meetings, and till now 9 out of 10 times she is proven right. We have found out that yes, what she was saying, So that way, touchwood, luckily we are assured that she can judge people very well, perhaps maybe better than us. She can judge people very well.
And if you talk about elder siblings, like she said, our sister was a role model. That way, even our parents were the eldest ones among their siblings. My father was the eldest brother, my mother was the eldest sister. So, how they took care of their brother, sister, even after marriage, even after having different families, how our Mama ji and Masi ji used to respect our mummy, and how our Chacha ji and Bua ji used to talk to our father. So, we had all kinds of examples before us how younger siblings talk to the elder siblings, how elder siblings take care of the younger ones. So our parents were also big role models. ठीक है उसने कुछ कह दिया, if he has said something, let go. Don't worry, don't spoil the relations over such trivial things. So that we have learned from our parents as well. To be
Excellent.
patient.
Thank you for sharing all of that. That's really nice. You've really opened, a beautiful way of sharing the love between siblings. As you said, we have our different indifferences, or maybe we have our differences, but we gel up again. And I love the way Ananya comes, no, aap thoda sa pani pee lo, shant ho jao. Yeah, I think you also, I mean, each one of you, if at all you're arguing with one another, or maybe having an indifference.
The third one, who is not busy fighting, does that thing.
Yeah, do I have a cup of water? I mean, there's love when you give that, just calm down the other person. That's really very nice. I'd love to ask Ananya. Ananya, I'm really glad that you're able to judge people at this young age. Even I have learned it just now, after a lot of ups and downs, after a lot of tragedies, after a lot of failures. We get to know people who they are, irrespective of gender. It's very good to understand people and to read them before they take advantage of you. And this is a skill parents or elders in the family should teach their children. That's really nice. I'm proud of you, Ananya, for being able to reach that level. Now, I'd like to ask you, Ananya, do you miss having a sibling?
I don't miss having a sibling. You can say, like, I used to miss. I wanted a brother when I was young. But then eventually, I grew up with my cousin sister, and I really love her. And like, what do you miss? Like, I have if I don't have a brother, I tied Rakhi to her. She tied Rakhi to me. So it has always been like we did not divide roles on the basis of gender. So whatever I wanted from a brother, I got that love from my younger sister. And then when I grew up, I met a few boys in my school, and I built a bond like brother sister like bond with them. And they can visit my house on Rakhi. They come to me, and they are my brothers now. So I don't miss having a sibling. Also, uh, the thing that I might be missing, like if I don't have a, you can say, blood relation, or you can say, is that perspective. You can like we are of the same age, we share same interests. But then my mama, Masi, everyone, they try to fill up that space, and they always play with me.
We fight like her
They
sister.
fight with me. Like I never felt that I cannot do this because I don't have a sibling. So I fought with them. I played with them. I shared my interests.
We tease her about her crushes also. We know about her crushes also. We
And
tease
we
her
share her
about
makeup
it.
also. So everything
so,
she can do with a sibling, we are there for that.
How
So
sweet.
we steal each other's makeup from the purse, and then
So
tell it after using it. Yeah, I've used your lipstick or something for that example.
I can say like my mama and Masi have been my first best friends and my siblings as well. So
That's really nice,
We pull
Ananya.
each other's hair also. So
Uh-huh.
that's,
Yes,
why would
please.
we miss a sibling? I can pull her hair also, just like that. And we play indoor games. We play badminton also in the park. We play board games in the night. Whenever the next day is a holiday, late night we have to play something like Ludo or cards or something. So we play also together. That's good.
Yes, dear. That's wonderful, ma'am, to hear all of that. That's really nice. Now, there are several women who are scared of living alone. They're terrified of staying alone. I mean, without a male member in the family. and I think they should derive a lot of strength from the three of you, to be bold enough to live in a dignified way. Arti ma'am, I would love to know your thoughts on gender bias. Like in your profile, while I was sharing, that you are against this term called as gender bias. In what way would you like to share your thoughts and create awareness? Because I too am against gender bias, because when I was a young child, my brother was given a lot of importance as he's a boy, he can go out, he can do this. So I have that right from childhood. What was you, what you faced that you are against gender bias or something like that? If you'd love to share, you can share.
See, personally, I never faced this problem in my family because we three sisters were there. We didn't have a brother. And again, that credit goes to my parents because it was never that we faced any restriction because we were girls. So it was not that we can't take up this profession or we can't go there, we cannot work. So it was all like my father was of the firm belief. He said that his daughters will get married only after they are settled in their careers. And what career we wanted for ourselves, it was our choice. So it was never this concept we never heard in our family from our parents, that because we are girls there are certain things that are restricted, that are beyond our reach. So one thing that, so my a kind of hatred for gender bias stems from my own thinking, my own principles, where I believe that if something is wrong, it is wrong for a boy and a girl. As a human being, you should be doing something, you should not be doing something. So if whether it's a career choice, whether it's the way you dress up, if you can't restrict a boy from wearing some dresses because that is what he likes, so the same should be for a girl also. What suits your body, what you can carry off, what suits the occasion, that is what you should wear. Not because you are a girl so you should not wear these kinds of dresses, you are a girl so you should not go out at this time. So anything in life which is restricted from a person because of his or her gender. And why only girls? Even with boys, if you see in a family, there is a huge burden of expectation from a boy, that he will grow up and then he will take up this job and then he will build a house for us and he will take us there. Why put this burden only on a boy? Why not your girl? Let her also take up, share this responsibility. If you have a son and a daughter, both of them can share responsibilities of the house. So why uh, restrict someone just because he or she is born as a boy or as a girl, so he can do something and cannot do something? Which is what I do not like at all. And that is what, as a teacher, I try to pass it on to the children whom I teach, because I teach in a co-ed school. So I have boys and girls both in my class. So I keep telling them that this is what it is now. How, even if two, three children every session out of the 40 children I have, or I'm teaching 200 people in different sections. So even if 10, 15 children learn something from it and they try to follow it, I will feel that I have done my job. So that is what we do. So on our daughter also, we have never said that because you're a girl, you cannot go there. Being a girl, probably in our society, she has to take some more precautions probably than a boy when she goes out. So, and that's because of for her safety. And that I think would we would have told, even if we had a son, we would have told him also that when you go out, you need to be safe, first of all. So do all that you can to keep yourself away from any kind of harm. Beyond that, go and explore the world, find out what is good for you, meet people. And because unless you do that, you won't learn for yourself. If you don't allow your daughter to go, like after her what was that, her farewell or something was there. So after that, she was returning at around 10 o'clock. So constantly she was speaking to us on over the phone. We were in touch with her, and she had shared her location with us. So we know that she's safe when she's outside. So that's fine. Like you're sending A girl after class 12, she's going to her farewell or a get together kind of. You can't expect her to be back by 8 or 9 o'clock. That's not possible. So you have to live with that. So we were constantly in touch, ready to be by her side in any case if required. But yes, go out. We can't stop you because you're a girl, so you can't go out at this time or come back at this time. That's not possible, because if she starts working, say in an MNC, she'll be coming home at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. You can't stop that these days. Then you will be restricting your child's growth. So we have always tried to do that, and that's what I firmly believe in. If it's right for both boy and girl, and if it's wrong, it's wrong for both.
Kavita ma'am, what we've seen is when a wedded mother comes back to her house, she's not accepted. They rather see her die in her in-laws' house than take the daughter in who is struggling and being harassed by her in-laws. Till today, as I'm talking, some woman will be being harassed. At this present moment, somebody is being harassed somewhere or sent away back to her in-laws forcefully just because samaj hai, samaj kya bolega, log kya bolenge. So I really applaud you people, like, you have stood the test of time, and irrespective of what people say or don't say, this is my blood. Like, I'm going to stand with my sister. We are going to stand with our blood. That's really nice. That's what people should learn. Then losing out your loved ones, and they're ready to take their loved ones to the grave and, cremate them, or, complete the last rites, then taking that child or the daughter or son, it could be either gender, take them back if they're not okay in their in-laws place, or they're not okay in their marriage, they take them back and let them stay with you, then losing out, the love and the affection of our loved ones. So I really appreciate what you've been sharing now. Now, was this hard, like when Kavita came back? Arti ma'am, was it hard for you all to accept it, or you all took her with open arms without a second thought?
Again, what you just said is very alien to us. It's a strange kind of an emotion where like if I know my sister is not happy there, and not only happy, I know that her
Safe.
life is in danger. She and our daughter is not safe there. Why would I want her to stay there? Is that the be all and literally the end all of life? Shouldn't be. Why? Like you do something, you make a mistake. Normally, you're cooking something and it's not good, you start all over again. You are drawing something, you don't make it well, you find there's an error, you erase it and you start again. So why, like, it should be like once you're married off, then is she not my sister? Do I stop loving her? So it was, there was never an if or whether or yes or no, should I or should I not. There was no such option as such. Uh, like to one extent, I would go and say that I told her once that whenever you feel that this is it, now I want to go back, you just come back. Don't think about anything. Because at that point, we were not sure how our father would react. I was sure how my elder sister would take it. In fact, she was the one who gave me this confidence that you tell her this. So I told her once that the day you decide this is it, you just pick up our daughter and come back. Don't think about anything else. Leave everything away. Just bring her and come back. Then we will see how our father reacts. If he accepts, fine. Otherwise, we are two. One will stay with the father, one will stay with you, and we will be fine. So it was never a thought in our mind, should she come back? Should she not? What will people say? That to didn't even occur to us. Even if like someone in her in-laws, they said that you are going back, but people will not accept you. We said it's fine. As long as we are together, we are not thinking about anyone else. So our only concern was her safety and her safety. Yes, my father was really, he wanted her at one point of time uh, when her husband tried to come back and he said something. So he was thinking of an option that yes, there can be an option of going back. But when they came her on the pretext of taking her back, something's happened here. The way they behaved, they shouted, they even hit her. That's when my father put my foot down and he said, "You all go. Now my daughter is never coming to your house." He said I was having double mind, all because of what you said. What will people say? What will my family say? So that he was able to marry off only one daughter, and that then she's coming back, and again with a daughter, not with a son. So he was a little skeptical. What will people say? So and then you do try once or twice, na,
My
to
in-laws
make
were also
things go.
pretending to be good by that
So
time.
they were pretending that okay, we want her back, and now we will be good and all that. But when just one and I won't even say that they like they showed even their true colors to it. It was just the tip of the iceberg what my father literally saw in front of him. But that was it. That very moment, then he didn't take even a second to decide. And he told them, "Now you all go. My daughter is never coming back to you because I cannot trust my daughter and her daughter in your family." So, and
Yes,
after that, it was all easy.
Till then, he was only assuming it to be a normal fight between husband and wife. Maybe I'm not able to adjust. Being the youngest, I was the pampered one. So maybe I'm not able to take the workload over there of the big family. But when he realized that it was bigger concern than that, and it was about our safety, then he took a firm
Then he
stand.
never thought twice after that. Yes,
No.
going to the court to fight the divorce case was very troublesome for her. And my father also, whenever she used to go to the court, he was very uneasy the whole day. Because in our family, of course, going to a court is not a very daily kind of a routine. It's a very disturbing thing, I would say. It was. But then he was sure that this is what we want. We want a final settlement. I'm not sending my daughter and her daughter back in that family, because he was not very sure of their safety. So once that happened, then it was
And
always
especially
after that it never ever was discussed in our family again that should she go back, or did we take the right decision, because we knew that it was right decision as far as safety was concerned.
As I told you, she was
Then
under
it
trauma for a few years in the beginning. So by that time, my father was a little skeptical, and he had that ki, my daughter needs a father too for her upbringing. He thought that maybe she's not having a very good personality or open personality because of that, because of her divided family. But then when she grew up and when she was out of that trauma and she showed her real personality and the way she just opened up over here with a lot of care and time when I gave her, I left the job and I was with her for the whole time. Then, when he saw the difference, he realized that she was in trauma because of that family, and here she will be better, growing up better. So then he realized that whatever was happening was okay, and then he came to terms with it. Otherwise, for 2 3 years, he was feeling like maybe in my personal fight or maybe I was not safe. So I have brought her back, and she needs a father, so she's not doing well over here. But then she took my father as her father, and she grew well. She started growing up well. So then he realized that it is better for her to stay here, not there. So that is how he just came to terms with it.
And this is what I would like, if I can, if I am of any importance here, if I can, someone can hear me, please stand by your sons and daughters. These days we are facing seeing so many examples of men also committing
Committing suicide.
suicide because of that. So irrespective of gender, as I have always said, gender doesn't mean anything. As long as you can go, please support your people. Don't just leave them to fend on their own, because that is when tragedies happen. When you have someone, you know that there is someone who is ready to welcome you, ready to support you. And by support, I by no means mean financial support. That is one aspect. But the emotional support that you get from your parents or someone, just to know that someone is there to support you. If you come back, there is someone is there who will not taunt you every day, who will not trouble you every day, who will support you. That's the only thing that is required. So please don't leave your people, and it could be anyone, a son, even like young people, a 13 14 year old child. If he's going through any problem, the whole family should support, because that support, emotional, mental, is what people require at that time. And that is what families are for. In good times, you're together, you are enjoying, you're going for a picnic. That's not only what families are for. In trouble times, only if you can help your sibling, your son, your daughter, your father, That's what people create
We have seen
families
boys
for.
of her age, Ananya's age, committing suicide.
So please help your family members. Just
Like-
support them.
It's not that a boy is always strong, or like these prejudices like boys should not cry. These prejudices only create more burden on their minds. Like they should be open to cry, to feel weak at times, and they should also be free to say that I'm emotionally in need. I need someone to cry. I need some shoulder to cry on. So boys should also be left free to express themselves emotionally. Like कह देते हैं आप रो नहीं सकते, तो उनको दिखाना है कि वो strong है, तो वो दिखाते दिखाते sometimes they fail to keep up that strength.
And what I believe is that love is the basic necessity of life, you can say, even more important than food, clothes, everything. And when people don't get that love in their own family, they try to find it outside their homes, and it is not always the correct decision. I have seen many people finding that love, that understanding, looking for that outside their family, and then end up trusting the wrong person. And that's when you see that you could not even trust your own family, and the one person you trusted outside your family also was not like worthy of your trust. And that's when you think that there's nobody for you, and you feel like ending up everything. So I'm just saying that family is the one and the first and the most important support system, you can say. So everybody should feel that their family is a safe space for them, and they should like coming back home. You can say that the feeling of home should be there in the family.
Ananya, you come across as a very intelligent young girl, huh? An intelligent woman. I must
Please
just
take
say that,
credit for
yeah, I must really credit both of you because she's answered so well. I think she's the icing or the cherry on the cake. So beautifully you answered towards the end, you see. And if you don't get that love in our family, we search for it outside and make wrong decisions. It's always good to have that love and acceptance within the family than searching for it outside and again suffering a lot. I really enjoy, no, I mean, I'm just wondering how could this little girl share that from her hand? You know, many of us have learned it very late in life. Like many of us. So you got that insight into understanding what life is like. It's all within the family, and you need the support of the family system. It's a good message to all the youngsters who think that their family members are not, close to them, or they're not getting the love and affection that they require. I think it's an eye opener for parents, for children. That's really wonderful. Now let's
Suicide is like people sometimes take suicide as a weak thing. Like a person is weak, he committed suicide, but I think it needs a lot of strength.
Yeah.
And that strength comes from the feeling of being unwanted. Like when you have, that is 1 second of that feeling, that when you feel no one is there to care for you, and even when you go, no one will be affected. Like it will make no difference if you end up your life. So that kind of support, security parents should give, that we love you and we want you, we need you. Because when the child, even the child, like I mentioned, few of our friends, 2 3 people of her age have committed suicide. So they must have got that feeling कि हमारे parents को भी उतना दुख नहीं होगा हमारे जाने के बाद. So how did they get that feeling? Like how can a parent give that feeling to a child that we will not be affected by your death? So that's the kind of thing a child should never have.
Here I would also like to add that it's not always like wrong on the parent side, that it is that they are not able to give that support to their children. But if the child feels, they should at least talk it out once, because at the end of the day they are your parents, they want good for you. Maybe they are not able to express it in a good way. They are not able to give that love to you in the way you wanted to want to receive. So I would like to say that the people of my age or younger to me should also have a discussion with their parents, that this is what I want. This is I think that I am not getting love from you. This is where I feel unloved or unwanted. They should at least have a talk once, and that may be a thing for the parents also, that like they realize that we were not doing it in the right way. but they love their children, and it's just that they are not able to show it properly.
Yes, thanks, Ananya. Thank you, Kavita ma'am, and thanks, Arti ma'am, for speaking on these topics. We discussed about how we should love our family, how siblings should be connected with one another, and how we should give freedom to the younger ones to explore, but at the same time be protective and caring. You all three come across as very, very progressive. And there are many women of your age, I mean, each one of you, who are still very traditional or, laid back in their thoughts. They're not progressive. So I think today what you've all shared, each one of you, very, very progressive. And we need more progressive thinkers in our society. Every household should have a progressive thought process in their house. Like every one of them should be looking forward for changes if at all they are very rigid and, controlling their children or family members. Arti ma'am, have you been invited, like you're into the school zone, right? You're teaching students. Like, have you been able to take a session for parents? Like, because you're very good at making them understand the importance of not having this thing like gender bias, One shouldn't have gender bias. You're good at speaking on that topic.
You pointed her biggest desire.
I have been connecting with parents on and off. See, I will tell you, actually, my aim in life was to be a child psychologist, if I may say so. And that would have put me into direct contact with children and their parents. And I couldn't do that because of some reasons. And the next best thing that I could do was be a teacher, and that kept me connected with children. So during PTMs or in City Montessori School, we have a concept of home visit where we are supposed to visit at least once uh, uh, all the children that are in my class. I'm class teacher, so I have 35, 40, whatever number of students in my class. So once a year, I should visit their house. So when we do that, we get a personal interaction with the parents, and many times it happens that the children, they talk to me. I make them feel that they can come and talk to me about anything. So when I'm free, they do come and talk to me about their friendships, and sometimes about their family problems and issues also. So when I visit the house, or when I meet them during a PTM, so I do try to have a talk with the parents regarding maybe gender bias, or sometimes there is just a lack of communication between the parents and the child. So I do try to bridge that gap as much as I can till I feel that I have done my bit. And many times I have seen children and parents benefiting from it. Sometimes they listen and probably ignore some, but many times they do understand that what I'm saying is for their benefit only. It will benefit them, it will benefit their child. So, and it's my nature, if I see something, then I can't ignore. I can't live with that feeling in my mind that there's a child who needed my help. I could have helped, but I didn't. So I at least try. And then I have seen many times that attempt being successful also, and that gives me immense pleasure, because my job, as I said, it's not going there. This is my 6.5 hours. I teach, I do corrections, and that's it. That's not teaching for me. So I do try to connect with my children and delve deep into their lives and try to help them as much as I can. But sometimes I have made children a little more, you can say, stronger about their feelings. I have told them how they can communicate with their parents, and I have talked to the parents also and helped them understand their child. Simple issues are there, it's just lack of communication, because of which they are not able to understand each other. So I have tried, and I hope I plan to keep on trying this, uh, making this effort. I'm all for it.
That's really nice. Definitely, ma'am, we'll work on this. You can really work on this, like, because you can give your expertise for parents and children to face life. Ananya, would you like to share something about your YouTube channel? You are into song and music, and you are a lyricist as well. If you can give us some information on that.
Okay, the name of my channel is Punk Productions, and I have released 2 of my songs till now. Once was when I was in class 10th, and one was very recent in February I released. And I'm planning to release more songs, all with clean and decent lyrics. And also, I'm working on some motivational songs since past few years. I'm wanting to write, but I still don't have that feeling that yes, they are enough to motivate someone. So once I feel accomplished in that field, I'll share some thoughts that inspire or motivate others through my songs as well.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. There is that care, there is that love, there is that acceptance. That's really true because, this is the reality what you've shared towards the end. There are indifferences. There may be something like we could argue on certain things or disagree on certain terms and conditions, but still, I'm always there for my sister and my sister is always there for me. And we both are there for Ananya, right? And of course, you'll have the support of the right kind of people around you. That's also wonderful. And this is the first time, I have strong women like you, all the three of you joining together and sharing it so boldly and so courageously. This is what I look forward on the International Fab Talks, for some real content, something that is very genuine, to share and to empower people. You people are very progressive, and I would love all the other single mothers, sisters, brothers, everyone to take a clue from this session and to be strong, support your family at the right time, and don't leave their hand, because we've seen several cases where they have committed, suicide or left this world forever, right? Thank you so much. Looking forward to many more interactions with all the three of you. I derived a lot of energy and
Thank
strength.
you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to the next interaction very soon. Thank you very much. Stay connected and stay blessed. More power to all the three of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you, dear. God bless. Thanks. So, dear friends, we had a wonderful session. It was an empowering session and an awareness session. A lot of us are scared, like what the society will tell. लोग क्या कहेंगे? तो यही सबसे बड़ी रोग है भारत में. लोग क्या कहेंगे? तो कहते रहेंगे, आप अच्छे भी करो या बुरे करो, तो कहेंगे लोग. You just follow what is right in your heart and don't leave the hands of your family members. Hold them tight, close to your heart, and give them the support that they require. Allow them to live. As ma'am said, live and let live is the only thing that we should follow, right? So we wish them all the best in all their endeavors, and we promise to bring them once again on the International Fab Talks to share more and to empower, irrespective of gender. We'd love to empower everyone for the right reasons. With this, we'd like to sign off now from the International Fab Talks. If you like what we are doing as a team, stay connected with us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share to the International Fab Talks. More power to all of you for the right reasons. God bless. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Thank you very much.